Tri-State areas, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Allen hands off to McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Allen now on first down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Allen. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction. This is taken at his 4.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Check back. Six guys. Hey, let's go.
Throwing his Allen on 3rd. Dancing to his left. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
What's that? 53. Waiting. Don't get nervous. 53.
Darnold on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Again, Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's McCoy, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Bills will extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score. And then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble now, great field position. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll run it with Bell, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Darnold now to throw. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. That's going to be caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, 28 yards. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now this time, Allen will throw. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Trying to lay one up deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. The give is to Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that's incomplete.
Darnold's pass, thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Their own 14-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, but now it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Bills on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, box truck.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw left side complete. That's McCoy. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Allen going to leave it on the draw for McCoy. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Hey, Charlie. Strip the ball.
Now Allen to throw on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Crowder now to return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They are in the second quarter down in Miami, and it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And the grab by Croft. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 92 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Forced out to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
To the air again, Darnold. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
Bravo. I'm coming after you.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended first down play. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Bound to lose one.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Buying time to it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a carry for Powell. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. The 20. That he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Their own 25-yard line.
50 inside. 58 to Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold rolling to his right. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applied.
And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That good for 19 and a first down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take.
And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And it's caught by Herndon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Here we go, D.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Darnold from the gun. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of hit.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now it's Darnold.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Back to throw, Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. The way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa, 45 yards. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike spot 3. Mike spot 4. Get the ball. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 75 yards, and the Bills will extend their lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Hurdles over him. It's a foot race. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Ty Montgomery. 95 yards, and the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Mike 19. Mike 54. Switch up, switch up.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?